Thomas! It's up for grabs now!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it!
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
Champions.
Good evening. I don't like this camera angle here. Let's sort this out here. There you go. Good evening and welcome to the Arsenal Lounge. Full match reaction. It's Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. Goals in the second half from that man Jota again, followed up by Firmino. We started so well first half. I really think we competed. We went toe to toe with Liverpool with the way they play, shutting down. It was really good to see. Unfortunately, in final third is where we were lacking. My concern has always been with this Arsenal team at the moment, where we're at with the transition we're going through, is we are lacking that world-class type striker, and that showed today. Martinelli was superb. I think Partey was great in the first half. There were some really good performances. Ramsdale, with an unfortunate error, let Liverpool in. I think it sort of went downhill from there in the second half. But there were some positives out of that, and I know there's going to be a lot of fans here that have been waiting for us to lose, and will sit there and say we're flat track bullies, and the first time we play a big side again, we lose again. However, there were some positive signs, and to join us, thankfully, is my colleague, my fellow lounger himself, Shaheen. What's going on, bro?
Hi, man. How are you?
Thank you for joining me.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was struggling to log in because I'm doing this on my phone.
Oh, that's all right. You're coming through loud and clear.
Good stuff.
So, obviously, you know the result. I mean, you watched the game. What was your thoughts? I mean, first off, I was pretty impressed with us, other than the lacking sort of in the final third. But we seem to sort of compete with Liverpool. But it's a bit disappointing how we lost, I think. No?
Yeah, I mean, look, first of all, I just want to start off by just saying something before we start. I've put out a tweet this afternoon about a GoFundMe page to help people in Ukraine. So if you want to check it out, go on our Twitter page and check it out, and just help and donate us, obviously, if you can.
Nice.
As for the game, I thought Liverpool's quality came through at the end, man. You know, I thought we did okay. I thought we did actually more than okay first half, but it's difficult to play against a Liverpool team and keep up that level of performance. And to be honest with you, the first goal, I thought Ramsdale should have done better.
100%. He was at fault for the first goal, Shaheen. Like, the thing is, it could have been such a different game if he kept that out, where normally you would have expected him to.
Yeah, that was the first goal. And then second goal, it's just, again, us giving the ball away needlessly in our penalty area. But listen, at the end of the day, Liverpool are a really, really good team. And it's not end of the world we've lost. I thought we gave a good account of ourselves, but it's just we came short at the end quality-wise. If you paid attention before, you know, we were doing a show with Tom on Monday, and we gave score prediction. Nobody said Arsenal would win.
Yeah.
You know, it was either a draw or loss. So it was expected, but I thought we gave a good account of ourselves. These are the games that we used to play. Within 10 minutes, we're 1-0 down. So I'm pleased with how they perform. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we lost 2-0, and the game is finished, and everybody's chanting Arsenal. You know, we love you, Arsenal. We do. So the fans are understanding this, and they're appreciating the level of performance. Gabriel Martinelli was really good tonight.
Unbelievably good.
Really good. I mean, look, Trent is not...
He destroyed him. He gave him a torrid time.
Trent is a really good right back. And you know the bet that he just went past him and he knocked Mike Henderson? That reminded me of a prime Alexis Sanchez.
But this is what I mean. But we didn't have a top class striker in there to capitalize on those balls, for example, or be there first.
Yeah.
This is what's lacking against these top teams. Is
exactly. And you know what, Lev? You say that. I thought Odegaard should have put that away as well. You know, the save that Alisson made, because Liverpool, there was a really bad back pass. Like I thought Lacazette should have taken it himself, to be honest with you. As soon as he went around Alisson, I thought he should have taken it. But maybe he's not all there confidence-wise or something. He got the ball, played Odegaard in. And you should finish that. I'm not... people are going to say, oh, you're saying that because it's Odegaard, so-and-so. But if anybody, they should have finished that. And maybe you're right. A really good striker would have probably finished that off.
Well, this is the difference. I mean, there's a couple of areas we know that we can improve in, and I'm looking at some of the people in this chat, Shaheen. Yeah, and
I can't see the chats.
Well, I'll bring some up for you.
I don't know if anybody's having a go
this
at me
guy. This guy here is hitting it hard at the moment, Mr. Waffle. It's a pretty apt name. Our fans' mentality is a joke. No wonder this club will be a top 4 team at best. I mean, like, it's ridiculous because we know that we're in a transitional period, and in order for us to show some sort of progress, the next level up is to reach top 4 before you can start challenging for the top 2. So I don't know what your problem is in the fact that we are vying for top 4, and I don't get it. This, like, whilst we've been doing well, there's fans on here that have disappeared that are usually the neg ones. And then the minute we lose a game, they're back out again. And I just don't get it. We all knew it was possible that we could lose this game.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
That's all right. But I'm just saying, right, there's fans on here that suddenly have meltdowns. There was another guy I was dealing with on the comments called Gunner9. And he was just absolutely just going at it. In regards to how we think we beat Real Madrid just because we were celebrating a decent run and all of this stuff. I don't get it. The fact of the matter is, if we're doing well, then we should celebrate the fact we're doing well. To be a top 4 means there's 3 teams that will be better than you. Liverpool is one of those teams along with Man City. So yes, we maybe, we are disappointed at the loss, but the performance wasn't all bad. There is room for improvement. We know that. So just stop overreacting. Just, I don't get it. Mr. Waffles now saying Palace drew against City. So what? So what? Spurs beat City and then lost to a lower level team. So that just doesn't prove anything. Anyway, look, it's late at night, so I'm just going to drop this link in. Right, and if you guys want to come and have a chat, let's come and have a chat. Mr. Waffle, rather than hide behind a camera and a keyboard, come and have your Mr. Waffle moments live on the line. So, guys, you loungers, it's coming in now. I don't know what's happened to Shaheen. Oh, he's back. He's back. Shaheen's back. He's more comes back to Rocky.
This is proving a little bit challenging on my phone, man.
Well, you just don't touch anything. Just stay and look and just talk. Don't do anything else.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I've stuck the link in there and see who wants to come and have a say.
Hopefully there will be some people coming. But I don't think. Listen, I was just listening to what you said. It's not end of the world, No, I don't think. Yes, people maybe they were optimistic of beating Liverpool, but I don't think anybody would have gone to the game expecting us to beat Liverpool. Yeah. Yes, if we beat Liverpool, it would have been great, wonderful. But certainly from people I know, nobody had this expectation that, if we don't beat Liverpool, it's going to be a problem. I'll tell you something now. Villa away on Saturday, it will give us a chance to put it right.
Yeah. That's what we need. We need to get straight back to winning.
I wasn't expecting us to beat Liverpool at home, but I expect us, especially with what I saw first off, to go and to beat Aston Villa.
I mean, the disappointing thing, as I say, for me, is how we lost. Because it's not like they sliced us open or they dominated and controlled the whole game. They didn't. It was an error that let them in. And then from there on, and you know what else? Cedric was the weak link as well today because he left that guy running behind. And these are little things we need to also consider. He has done well for us, but this is top level.
But remember on Monday again, we're having this discussion, and I said it's all well and good beating like the likes of Watford and I don't know, mid-table team or teams that are fighting relegation, but the real test and challenge is Liverpool at home. Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United. These are the challenges.
We've fallen short. These are the teams.
Sorry.
We have fallen short in the big games.
Yeah, well, listen, some players are found wanted. Cedric is one of them. You can see that, yes, he's a good squad player, but not in that level. You know, he's not good enough for this level that we're expecting them to perform. Martinelli, for example, brilliant. Partey, brilliant. Xhaka, really good. You know, Saka as well. Odegaard again. He was
I think
taken
Tierney was decent.
Yeah, Tierney was really good. You know, Gabriel and White, they were good as well.
They were getting us down that side, down Cedric's side, and
and
the last few games he's been found a little bit wanting.
And you know, for everybody who's singing Odegaard praises that recently he's been on a big run of form and this and that. Tonight was the night that I wanted him to be that guy. You know, and maybe he's finding his feet, and next season he will start performing in these sort of games. And I don't know if he took him off because he wanted to save him for Saturday, but second half I thought he could have.
But then again, he still could have scored. You know, like it's one of those.
Yeah, I expected him. He should have scored there.
We've got a few people in. We've got a regular. Should I put both in? I've got.
Yeah,
Sebastian,
go for it, because listen,
Sebastian and Abdul.
I might struggle. I might struggle with this.
Don't
the camera
do it.
thing. So
don't do
if
anything.
I go missing,
don't do anything. Just stay on the phone.
Yeah.
So we got Seb, our resident journo. He writes his own little segments for us, and we've got another regular, Abdul. How you doing, brothers? You good?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, just a bit disappointed more than annoyed or angry. Just
really. I mean, what's your thoughts on the game, Seb? You watched it. I mean, it's a tough one. You don't know. You know, we first half we played really well. Second half, it was just. It's sort of like the goals that went in. It was almost like they were giveaway cheap goals, and that's what hurts the most, I think. Go on, Seb.
Yeah, definitely. It was the way we gave it away. There were two silly errors that against when you're playing a good team like Liverpool, you're always going to get punished for small little errors like that. But yeah, like I said, it was a little bit of a reality check about that we are still in a transitional period and there is still more work to be done, especially going forward and in the final third, because we actually have them where we wanted them quite a lot of times, especially in the first half and the start of the second half. But again, we've got to be finishing those chances because also when they go in at the other end, their extra bit of quality will eventually shine through if you make silly errors, and also if you don't have cutting edge and past that defense, it was always going to be difficult. But it's not the worst of performances. It was actually, we kept it level in the first half, which was pretty good. But yeah,
I think we matched them in the first half.
Definitely.
I mean, there's you could argue that Liverpool haven't come out full fire, but then a lot of that was down to us negating them from being able to play.
Yeah,
Abdul,
misplacing passes as well, which was
yeah, exactly. Abdul, your thoughts on the game, my friend?
I think just like Salah has just causes a different.
Is that your jam? Yeah. What is that track in the background? Who's
that was Sebastian, I think. Not me.
Was that Sebastian? Who was that? Whose ringtone was that? Come on, that was some salsa ringtone.
I'm telling you, what do you
mean? Like that? Is that you, Shaheen?
No, man, I'm not touching anything. I'm on my phone.
Oh yeah, it's true. You can't be you. Anyway, Abdul, carry on. I'll let you off.
So I think it's just Liverpool is a different team when Salah is playing. I also think that Liverpool is a team that also kind of adapts as well. So we matched them the first half. The second half, they kind of adapted. And they just like outclassed Arsenal, I think, in a way. But I also think that Tomiyasu is also like, if we had Tomiyasu who was like at like fit and everything and like ready to go, I think we would have had a different backline as well. Because Tomiyasu, even if someone in the backline does a mistake, he's always there to cover for anyone in at the back. So I think he creates a huge difference. Like you guys said, Cedric is still not at that level that we want to like take on like Liverpool, for example. But I think Tomiyasu is, and we just need him to be back and fit. But I also feel like this is, and I don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like this is good Because if Arsenal kept winning, this would have been a bubble. I feel. Do you know how a bubble when you keep blowing air in it and then it's gonna pop and then everything is gonna
You're
end up going wrong?
suggesting you think it would ground us, but then wouldn't you
Yeah,
have argued?
it's gonna humble us a little bit.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
You could
we-
argue though, Abdul,
yeah.
if we win, you're boosted. No.
Yeah, it's. I know. It's just that it might cause the owners like, oh, like we don't need to do business in the summer. We can do like just get this or that. You know, it's this is gonna humble us a little bit just to let the manager and the owners understand that we're still not at Liverpool and Man City's level, which would also mean that we're not at a level to compete at Champions League, right? So this loss shows that we still need to do work in the off season. So I'm all for being top 4, so we can go to the Champions League. I've been waiting for like ever right now, because I would love to cheer for my team in the Champions League, but at the same time, I don't want to go there and get battered, right? So I want to make sure that we have the right lineup, the right quality players. So whether it's Arteta in or Arteta out, I really don't care anymore. Right now, I'm just in love with the players. I'm in love with Martinelli. I'm in love with Saka. I'm in love with Thomas Partey. I'm in love with.
Start singing. I'm in love with the Coco.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's the players are for me are like, they're making me love the team again. Right, and that's what I want to see. Whether it's Arteta in or Arteta out, it's not really a big issue right now. As long as we're gonna make top 4, the big test for Arteta is if we do make top 4 at the end or not. If we don't make top 4, then questions should be asked. If we do make top 4, then we should see how he's gonna react the following year when he's got games in the Champions League and then games and then cup games as well as league games, and then we'll see how he'll be able to like manage all these games. But then we'll also need the lineup to cover all these games as well, right? So again,
I wanna put something to you guys, because there's a lot of people on here that I've been conversing with who sit there and start going. It's almost like they want your team to lose so they could sit there and tell you how right they were, because they've been harping on the same message non-stop, that we're not good enough, top 4, we're not gonna look. The fact is, if you're vying for top 4, that means there's 3 teams that are better than you, even if you make top 4, right? So those 3 other teams that are more progressed than you, there's a chance you could lose to those teams. It's fine lines, right? So I don't understand when there's certain guys on here. There's one guy on here, Gunner9. I mean, like, he comes out with comments like Saka is dead in big games. The kid's like 19. Where did the goals come? It's almost like he finds it fun when we lose, and I don't understand how. If you're a fan, why would you want that? If you're a fan, you know, it doesn't make sense.
A team that's developing, making top 4 for me is an achievement, but I just don't want us to stop there. I want us to keep going. I want us to keep going. I want us to, like, I don't want us to be content where we are. We want to win Champions League. We want to be able to match Man City and Liverpool every year when we're racing for the league. We want to be at the top of the league. I'm just right now. I'm just a little bit worried because I remember Emery was in the same position when we were 4th, and we kind of had it in the bag. And then towards the end of the season, in his first season, we kept drawing or like dropping games, and it dropped us to 5th instead of 4th.
Okay.
And we missed out on that. So I'm just worried about that. I just hope we can maintain this level of play.
Yeah.
And we can maintain that like 4th spot, because like
I still think so, and I think the fans,
it's up for grabs.
Fans understand. If you go to a game, you're a season ticket holder, you go regularly to the Emirates, fans understand, and they can tell if a team's progressing or it's going somewhere, and it's a team to be excited about. And people like Gunner9 need to just be happy for the team and want the team to do well, rather than sit there wanting something to go wrong so they can sit there and say, I said what I said, and there's Mr. Waffle too. And hold on, Shaheen, how have you managed to come into this twice?
I don't know, man. I just sent you a text message on your phone. I said, take off the extra screen.
But how have you even done that? How is that even a thing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, let me take you out of there. Right?
Yeah,
okay. So Shaheen, you hear what these guys are saying? What you thinking? And there's a couple of other. Look, Maximus is back all of a sudden. When
I agree with you, Lev. In terms of fans can see, and obviously this was probably the first time for a long time that I see Arsenal losing 2-0 at the end.
The fans are chanting,
and it was a quite loud. It was not just a section; it was everybody that was in the stadium because people saw the effort today.
Right.
You know, they didn't roll over. They didn't capitulate. You know, it was
we
nothing
didn't
like
sit
that.
back and just defend all game, right?
It was just we came up against a team and we gave a good account of ourselves. At the end of the day, they were better than us. You know, and you've got to acknowledge that they're still in the FA Cup, Champions League. They're competing for the title. We're not there yet.
Look, can I just say this as well? Look, Gunner 9, this guy, if you go into the chats and look at what this guy's writing, he's one of the most negative fans I've seen. So I'm going to highlight it. He puts on here loser mentality. Now, the irony behind it is it takes a loser to get looser wrong when he spells it. Like it's crazy.
I spelled that wrong before.
Yeah, well, you're a looser. You've got a looser mentality. Like
quite easy to me. To be fair. Quite easy to do that.
A looser. Hello, everyone in the chats. You got Alan O'Finn, Nick Paris. Let us know your thoughts. Crook. We all follow the Arsenal. Falasana, Mr. Waffle, Peely Weed. I don't even know what that means. Maybe
yeah, I mean, like if we really had to lose or drop a game.
Put the link on the comments so people can come on.
I have. Let me put some more. Hold on. So I let some more people on because there's more people waiting here. Let me just chuck this in here. We've got some classics, right, guys? Abdul Seb, I'll give you one last little section to say because I've got Mo and Maximus waiting in the wings, and you know that anything can happen once these guys are coming.
The dynamic duo, eh?
yeah. I feel like a gladiator.
Yeah. I'll just say if we really had to drop a game in this run, I'm just like Liverpool is fine, but now we can't drop any more games. Now every game has to be a win. Like if we want to get that 4th spot, we have to win every next game. We can't drop any more games. Like Liverpool is an exception. I agree. The fact that we put a good run against them is good. I wouldn't say I was really impressed today, but I was happy that we didn't park the bus. So that for me is that like it wasn't a coward mentality. We took them head on, and it was also a test for us to see where our team is really at, and probably also for Arteta to see where his team is actually at, right, and where improvements need to where he needs to improve the team. So overall, I'm not excited and I'm not happy, but I'm okay.
Okay, well, let us know in the chat how you guys feel about the game as well. And Seb, what do you want to close with, mate?
Yeah, I'm disappointed to lose that because I thought it was an opportunity missed because, like we said, we actually did well in parts and did things nicely. It was just silly errors, which I thought we got out of that system. We weren't making too much of that, but it just shows you that they're still there. But what this now means is there's massive pressure in the Villa game of the weekend, and that's not going to be easy because they've really improved, especially with when they got Coutinho in there, a guy who I really wanted at the Emirates, and they're now starting to play well under Gerrard. So that will be a difficult game, but we have to now bounce back with a winning. But if we don't win that, then there is reasons to be concerned. It's not quite in the bag yet. We just got to go about our business quietly and just have to take every game one at a time. But
absolutely.
When is the next article out, Sebastian?
I've submitted it actually. Early in the week. It's for one on.
I did pass one on to you, Shaheen.
I did. The one that you gave me, I posted. I don't know if it's a miss or not, but we'll look into it. If something we missed, we'll put it out today or tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, so on the 5 midfielders that Arsenal should sign, I actually sent in a couple, but just do the last one I sent you there. Just
all right, we'll do.
No,
thank you, sir.
I'll get onto those. All right, so look, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to move on to a couple of other lads who are waiting. I've got Mo and Maximus waiting. So, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you lot soon. Yeah.
Cheers.
Peace out. Peace out. See you later.
See you later, Seb.
All right, so here we go, man. I don't even know if I'm ready for this. I don't even know if I'm ready for this. All right, so here we go. So we got Mo.
Finally, Mo. How are you?
Yeah, he's here.
Finally, at last.
He's been complaining, so we're doing a show.
I want first of all, hi, good evening. If you
wait, Mo, before you start, two seconds. Let me introduce Maximus, and then I'll come to you. Yeah, and we've got his nemesis, Maximus Genitalia. How you doing, bro? You good?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm
I'm
fine.
good, bro.
are
Okay,
you?
so
Maximus,
I'm good. Good.
how are you, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
So
I'm on my
sorry.
phone, so my participation is very limited.
Sorry, Mo. Sorry, Mo. So you were
First of
saying.
all, first of all, just sentence, private sentence, not about the match. It's a long time since I be with you.
Yes.
Since last December, so it's 5 months, 5 long months. I really missed you, Lev Shaheen, because I
Thank
feel
you, brother.
part of this
man,
unique program.
Thank you,
Because
brother. Thank you.
I feel really that we are one family. So when you stopped doing this fan show, really, I missed my family. And
Thank you. You're
man.
very kind, Mo. Thank
You're
you.
gonna make me cry.
you and Shaheen, really 5 long months. I was with contacts messages with Shaheen. I told him that I hope that I be with you participating in some of your shows, but unfortunately
Yeah,
it
it
was
was a
not
bit
possible.
delayed,
So
but
I
we're here
waited
now.
very long to be with you again, Lev. So this message is
you.
for you mainly because I couldn't contact you.
Sorry,
Please
man.
don't stop this special connection between you and us in this
Okay.
special program because
Yes, Lev. Don't stop.
this makes your program special because we are one family. I wanted to start this with
Maximus
before
is
the
gone
match.
now. Maximus is gone now. You pissed him off, Mo. Like he was waiting. He's back. All right. Mo.
Really,
Thank you for your kind words, though, man. I respect.
Thank you, Mo.
Love
Much
you, man.
appreciate it.
Love
What
you.
was your
Love
thoughts
you.
on the game, Mo?
yes.
Yeah, let's get to
In the
the game. Let's
game,
get to the game. Let's get to the game.
yes,
Go.
on the game, on the
Started,
game.
we got Maximus waiting too.
You know,
Go.
I have many thoughts in the game. First of all, we were not expecting a win. We were hoping for a win or a good result. So in the first half, first 45 minutes, we were good. We minimized Liverpool to the least dangerous chances they have maybe in the league. We were competitive. We were toe to toe. So we were organized defensively, very good. First half, okay, we did our job. We minimized their attacking, dangerous attacks. In the game a whole, when I look in the game a whole, it was all about the first goal. For me, we should have scored first against this strong, very strong, well built.
Are you suggesting Odegaard should have scored? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Odegaard chance, he must have put the ball on the ground because Alisson was standing in front of him and 2 other defenders. Attacking wise, only Martinelli was our star, was the star of Arsenal, attacking wise, like a machine. He was fantastic. He caused Liverpool all sort of problems, all the match, running, making these runs. He was very dangerous, but he alone is not enough. For me, what was missing attacking wise, Saka and Odegaard. They were not in the match as we hoped. Odegaard didn't have that influence on the match like the previous matches. He didn't have the ball a lot. He didn't have this influence like the previous matches. He was our star. Saka today was not his day. Also was not influencing things in the attacking. So all the burden was on Martinelli. Another main point that when you play Liverpool or City or these top teams, it's about small details. Meaning you should not do any error. First goal, Ramsdale on the near post, he should not have beaten. Second goal, Saka. Put the ball in the stand. Don't try to force the ball into the ground.
That was Saka. That was Saka, wasn't it?
Saka, yes. So Robertson took it and he made the cross and they scored the goal. So it's about small details. If you switched off for 5 seconds, they will punish you. They have world star players. And when Liverpool
So
entered
Mo, let me ask you this
Salah,
question then, because I want to get Maximus in as well, right? So let me ask you a very, very quick question, and you tell me, does this result change it for you, or do you still feel that we are in pole position for top four at the moment?
before this week start, I was with other programs. I talked about that these 3 games in the 6 days, starting with Leicester, Liverpool, Aston Villa. I was expecting 6 points from these 3.
So if we beat
Liverpool,
Villa, you'll be happy if we beat Villa.
yes, because Liverpool match, we knew it's a very difficult match. I said we will have a go at Liverpool. We will make this game tough for them, but we must admit Liverpool and City in another level, and we are not there yet.
Let me bring Maximus in. Maximus, I know your thoughts over the season, bro, and it's good to hear from you again. It's been a little while. Has anything changed with you in the sense of what the way you feel the club and the direction it's going in with Arteta, or you still feel the same as you have been?
I mean, I'll be quite honest. I think the last couple of games have been pretty optimistic. I obviously there's clear improvements in the team, so there's no denying that we've improved, right?
That's good to hear, Max.
I think we're playing a little bit more on the front foot, and I think we're taking it to teams. So I kind of appreciate that, because that's one of the criticisms that I had earlier in the season. So I can't, I can't knock him on that. I was just really disappointed in the performance.
Because I remember you used to say to me, and you said it a lot over the shows that we've had you on, patterns of play. There's no patterns of play, and recently, as you've noticed, there has been patterns of play, right? So that's what you're saying. Yeah?
I think it's. I mean, a lot of pundits have kind of highlighted that too, and I think it's primarily down to Odegaard. We're playing a little bit more through the middle, and I was kind of disappointed today simply because I think we were trying to use the wings to get at Liverpool. Fair enough that Martinelli was kind of getting at them, but I think I was really disappointed with the match management. I think there was an opportunity here to at least get a draw if we were a little bit more solid. And Ramsdale didn't let that goal in, because that was pretty atrocious goalkeeping from my perspective. However, I thought Saka was absolutely abysmal, terrible. He was horrible today, and the fact that it took 80 minutes off to take a 20-year-old off was quite disappointing, because I think he had options on the bench, and I think he should have made that change a lot earlier.
That's fair point.
He didn't, and I was kind of disappointed in that. To be fair, like, what can I say? We played Liverpool. They're a top team. They're obviously going for the title. For me, like I said, I do have a winner's mentality, so I expect nothing but a win or at least a point. I'm not going to sit here and be like it's a free hit. I think that's a ridiculous statement for any fan to make. So I did expect something from the game, but let's be realistic. I think we absolutely have to bounce back against Villa. I think if we don't, I could see us capitulating, because I think this team is a young team, and they obviously confidence is a key thing here with them, right? And I think two defeats on the trot is not going to do well for us. So I do think we need to bounce back. Like I said, I'm still going to be optimistic. I am seeing certain improvements, but this is where I think the problem is for me. Like I said, I do believe we have quality players, but I do believe Mikel's lack of game management and sometimes pattern of play, I think this it lets us down. Today was a prime example of that. I do believe that Saka should have been changed. I actually think we should have kept Odegaard on. And I would have made that change with Saka and possibly a central midfielder. Xhaka was good today. Partey was okay, but I would have swapped one of them, because at this point, being 1-0, 2-0 down, you have to make attacking changes. At that point, you're doing nothing besides trying to get a goal back, and at least kind of have them on the back foot or thinking about it a bit.
So you're saying maybe you could have kept Odegaard on, maybe taken.
I think so. Yeah, I think Odegaard
and maybe put Smith Rowe next to him as well.
Correct. I think we needed a little bit more. Point. We needed to keep the creativity going. I think Saka wasn't offering anything. The first thing I noticed, if you looked at the first 10-15 minutes in the game when Saka got the ball out wide, he wasn't actually being double teamed. They were tripling up on him, because they knew, and they were smart about it too. They were actually cutting off his passing lanes and doubling up with 2 defenders. So I knew instantly that unless you had a second game plan playing down the wings, this wasn't going to work out. We're not going to penetrate them from that perspective, which is something we've been doing for the last 5, 6, 7 games. And I think he needed to make that change after 55, 60 minutes and waited too long. But yeah, I mean,
Maximus, can I ask? I mean, look, my one concern for the rest of this season has always been not replacing Aubameyang, right? And listen, I'm not saying we shouldn't have let him go. Whatever's happened, we're going to find out when this documentary comes out. But my one concern is in the bigger games that, you know, when it's really, really tight and, you know, it's difficult, you're only going to get limited chances. Top quality is what makes the difference. And we don't have a striker, as Nick rightly says. I mean, we do. He plays like a false 9 in Laka, but he's not somebody who's going to, when the game's tight, you know, score us a goal out of nowhere. Or you mentioned Saka. Is there anyone in the box for him to aim at? You know, maybe that makes him hesitate too.
This is my concern, and I keep saying this to people. We do have quality players, but then you have to look at it from an overall managerial perspective, right? You're letting Aubameyang go fine. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I actually think Lacazette's far superior to Aubameyang in every
as a
technical
footballer. Yeah,
as a footballer, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe not as a goal scorer, but then again, if you look back historically, the guy has scored a number of goals, even in when he played for Lyon. He was a goal scorer. People kind of forget that about his game. He was a top goal scorer. I think there's a player there, but I do believe keeping Eddie Nketiah when we could have gotten 15 million for him and possibly replacing him with somebody was just typical, just a horrible management from my perspective. And the way he's handling Pepe really irritates, gets under my skin. I'll be fair. Like I said, I know Pepe is probably, and this is just maybe confirmation bias from my perspective, but I do believe there's a player there. He's come on, he scored goals, and then he just kind of gets sent back to the bench. Doesn't really get much game time. Saka's having a poor game. Pepe comes on with 10 minutes. What is he going to do in 10 minutes? It's ridiculous. And I think this is going to cost us. And I'm being very cautious here in saying this. And it's not because it's something that I'm hoping for, because I think we're in a position now where, I mean, we have to grab this top 4. I think if we're in this position now, there's no, let's get Mikel out. I'm all for getting into the Champions League. I think we need to get into the Champions League. So I'll be disappointed if that doesn't happen. And it's not because I want Mikel to fail so much that I want the team to fail. No, not at all. I want the team to succeed. But I do have these concerns over the way he's going to manage the team for the rest of the season, because I think players like Pepe are going to have a pivotal role. If Saka goes down and Pepe is not in good form, he's not getting game time, what are we going to expect? And then he's going to get all the blame. People are going to say, well, you know.
What happens if Laka gets injured?
Well, that's my point. I'm saying, like, there's just mismanagement there. I think whatever happened with him and Aubameyang, I mean, that's something we're not really privy to at the moment. But I do think letting a striker go, it may actually have been for the positive of the team. Because if you look at it, when he went, like him leaving, we've been playing better football. I think it's because we've been forced to play through the middle, play these patterns, and Lacazette bringing people into play. It's kind of forced his hand and kind of forced us into playing better football. So I'm not disappointed.
Well, look, it's quite interesting that your opinion is changed a little bit over the last few months. You've clearly seen some improvements, and that's good to hear. And you're honest enough to say it.
You have to call it what it is. The improvement is there. We're playing better football. We're attacking. We're playing football. I'm not being bored out of my mind anymore. I'm actually watching Arsenal games now and being having some level of interest again. But I am very, very cautious, because I think pivotal decisions, I don't think coming to the end of the season, and when it's getting really hectic, and Man United are probably going to, I don't believe they're going to go on a run, but I think Tottenham are our biggest concern right now. I think pivotal decisions, it's going to come down to Mikel making certain decisions that could cost us, and I think we have to be very, very cautious here. And he's managing these players. I know he's a young player, but the way he's managing Saka, 50, 60 minutes, he's not provided, you should take him off. He's not Van Persie, he's not Henry, he's not going to create a goal out of nothing. I think we need to manage these players a little bit. We need to be a little bit better in terms of how he manages these players.
Okay, but look, I want to ask this as well, because we discussed this on Monday's show, and you guys in the chat as well, and I'm going to bring in Norman, who's been waiting patiently. I see you, Norman. Don't worry, and I see you vaping as well. Now, we were discussing on Monday, as Shaheen, you was there, obviously, what happens if we don't make top 4? Because we all predicted at the start of the season we'll probably make top 6, top 5. Some of us said, one or two of us said. Now, from when we was faced with this question, Tom actually from Gooner Talk TV, he asked me this question: would you stack him if he doesn't make top 4? And you predicted 6th. And it's a tough question when you really think about it, because obviously I was personally thinking, no, well, I said 6th. But then when you really go into it, from this position now, if we don't make top 4, you can argue he failed.
It would be a sackable offense, I think.
And that's where I was stuck with it. So let us know in the chats. Let's get Norman in. And Shaheen, what was your thoughts on that? We were saying that from Monday.
I think it's a sackable offense. I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Shane's on mute.
Shaheen, are you on mute, bro? Wait, you're on mute. You're on mute. Where are you? I can't hear you. No one can hear you.
But yeah, I think it would be a sackable offense. I think from this position, you have like 3-4 games in hand, and you can't toss it away at this point. Yeah, we do have some challenging games coming up, but one of which is against Man United. I mean, teams are lining up to play Man United right now. They're horrible. So I think there's a couple of games in there where I think we should be winning, at least getting points from, and just kind of maintaining our course right now. We do have the easiest running of all the teams, in my opinion. So I think if he feels at this point he should be sacked. If he gets into the top 4, 100% he keeps his job. But I just personally think it's a bit of a boondoggle in the long run. That's just my perspective. But he's gotten us this far. We're sitting in 4th place. We have a couple games in hand. If he throws it away from here, I don't know. Like Arsenal fans will tell me, like we're overreacting. We expected 6th place, and he's done better than we expected. That's garbage. I think you have to look forward. You have to keep that winners mentality, and that's just the nature of the business right now. I don't think there's a place for these love attachments to managers anymore.
I agree with you. Norman, welcome to the show, bro. It's been a little while, eh?
Good to be back. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. And Sod's Law, we do this show again, and it's after we've lost, after we've been on such a good run. And I was hoping we can be talking about an amazing 3 points. But what's your thoughts on the game? You hear what the guys are saying, and also the discussion we're having with regards to Arteta moving forward. I mean, what's your thoughts?
First of all, it's great to be back. I would like to encourage everybody to hit the likes if you like the show. If you are in or out, just hit the like. Well, listen, there is no shame of losing against Liverpool. I think they are probably top 3 on the world, and we know we are not there yet. We are working our way to be there, but it's a little bit too early for us. I want to remind everyone that the Liverpool players are in their peak. All of them. Meanwhile, our players are super young compared to them.
Good point.
So let's see where they are in 5 years. Let's see where we are in 5 years, because in 5 years they are going to have a player overhaul. I mean, Salah won't be here, Mane won't be here, Firmino won't be here. We will see where they'll be at. But if we can keep this squad together, I think hopefully Chelsea will. The sanctions will affect them. We'll see. I don't know if Max agree with me or not.
I don't think it will. I think they're just going to get another billionaire, the sugar daddy, that's going to come in.
The whole thing's a joke.
Yeah, they're self-sustaining at this point anyway, right? Like
they got some other Saudi Arabian consortium looking to buy them out. Where does this logic come from?
Let's hope they won't allow that.
But I mean, I agree with you, Norman. I do think things are going to change, and we want to be in a position to pounce when I think these teams deprecated and they're not at their peak. However, you guys have to keep in mind, we said the same thing when we had players like Fabregas, and then what happened? These players want to move on to projects that are winning projects. So we may have these top young players now, but they might be looking at the manager, they might be looking at the project and thinking to themselves, maybe I want to go play for Klopp. He's a winner. He's in the Champions League. Saka might have those thoughts in the back of his mind. Martinelli might be thinking,
I'm sorry.
I mean, Oxlade-Chamberlain thought the same thing. You guys, we have to keep this in mind. We've been down this road.
And how did it work out for him?
It didn't, but you have to remember, players are human, and they do have these desires to win. They're footballers. So Saka might be thinking, you can easily sell him that project. You could be like, look, Sane's going to be ushered out, or Salah's going to be ushered out. Potentially, there's a position in there for you. So he might look at that as a winning project. There's other teams that might be interested as well, and he might be sold on those projects.
Hold
so
on,
we're sitting here in
Mo
bliss
wants
thinking.
to say something, Max. Right?
Sorry,
but,
go ahead.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. But before I go over to Mo, I hear what you're saying. But then at the same time, who wants to go when these players are leaving? You wanted to be at that team when these players are there. You don't want to be there when Salah's gone and these players are gone.
But
it happens in cycles. It happens in cycles.
It does,
go
but
on,
he's
Mo.
not going to. Go ahead.
Sorry, Maximo. Go on, Mo, because he's been waiting patiently.
Yes, Liv. Yes, Liv. Before the start of the season, our aim as Arsenal fans was to be in Europe, and mainly, realistically, in the Europa League. So no one of us or any ex-Arsenal players or pundits expect that Arsenal be in fourth place, 11 match before the end of the season. So it's a good thing. It's improvement. Concerning Arteta, of course, Arteta will stay. Of course, he's the main focal point of this project. We are now in the middle. Look what Arteta has done. Look what the authority he has from Arsenal board.
And
he has moved.
It's very important.
Yes, of course, Norman. I want to continue this point. Arsenal point made full authority in the hands of Arteta to rebuild Arsenal in the new era. Meaning, in the last 1 year and a half, we get rid of 20 players plus. So all the unwanted players are out. Now, with the 6 new signing in the last summer, this is the new beginning, the real beginning. Now we are in the first season with this young squad together, and we are not finished putting the pieces in this squad, making it strengthen, take it to the next level. Next summer is crucial because we will strengthen attack and midfield. These 2 weak areas now that prevent us from going levels ahead and being near to Liverpool, to Chelsea, to Man City.
Yeah, but that's operating on the premise that everybody else wouldn't improve as well, right?
With the additions of world-class striker and midfielder.
Who is this world-class striker? Because Man City is looking for a world-class striker. Man United is going to improve. So like I said, it's all subjective. I do respect your point, and I do think you have a point.
I want to continue, but just
stop talking over each other, and then just talk between yourselves. I'll let it flow. But just stop talking over each other. Go.
No, I'm talking my point.
Yeah. Go on.
Yes. With a top class striker, for me we need 2 strikers, not 1. 2 strikers and top midfielder beside Partey. With the squad we have, we will go 2 levels ahead. 2 levels ahead. Now what concerns me is now we must be concentrated, consistent in the 11 crucial matches. Every match is as a cup final from now until the end of the season. We must not slip against any team outside the top 6. We must be focused 100% to get the points because we have 3 crucial matches. Must-win matches will determine if we are 4th place or not, against Spurs, West Ham United, direct rivals. These crucial matches are very, very important, and bear in mind that we will go also to Chelsea. So we have a very difficult schedule. Our next match against Villa must win, okay, but it's a tricky. Villa at home are very good, and we will go also to Palace. To play Crystal Palace.
It's all well and good beating the lesser teams, but we need to take some points off these bigger teams. We need to take in order to be in that top 4. We need to not lose to Spurs, not lose to West Ham. We need to beat these teams. You need to beat
and United, mainly United.
Maximus,
mainly United. The United game is at the Emirates.
Yeah,
we must win this game. We must win this game at least not lose against West Ham and Spurs away. These crucial matches will determine our chances if we have to be 4th or not. Now we must be consistent, concentrated, because in the last matches we see 5 wins on a trot. Okay, The team.
So Mo, I agree with you. I think the one thing that you have to consider as well, and I do think you have a point. But what I'm saying is, you have to keep in mind that the teams that are behind us as well. We're looking at teams like Manchester United. We're looking at Spurs. Spurs. I mean, I wouldn't have wanted Conte, but you have to argue that he is a top class manager. No,
Yes,
let's
he
just
is.
put this into perspective. You're saying that we're going to go 2 levels above, and this is all subjective. If we do get a top striker, if we get a top midfielder, you have to
Yes.
keep in mind that these teams are also going to improve. Man United are going to spend money.
Sure.
They already have a plethora of top class players in there. If they get a manager, and the manager that
But
I
we
wanted,
already
which is who
made
they're
a
going to
step
get,
forward.
the manager I wanted, who is Ten Hag, who they're probably going to end up getting, I guarantee you that they're going to improve as well. And it's subjective, I get that, but I do believe that they're
Okay,
going to
it's a
improve.
race.
Don't
It's a
forget
race. It's an open race. It's an open race.
Sorry?
Every team
Sorry,
has.
Norman, could you were making a point. I really wanted to hear what you were saying. Sorry.
Manchester United doesn't even have a team. Doesn't even have a manager. Never mind the team. So
Well,
I
if they
think
don't
they are
make top
behind
That's the
them.
point I'm making. That's the point I'm
hold on.
making.
If they don't
I
make top
know.
4, though,
But
if
We
they
have
don't
the
make top
team.
they have to restart everything we did 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, and let me just also add, if they don't make Champions League next season, it's going to make it difficult for them when they're going in to find these better players.
No, they will get them.
They can
We've
pay
always
the
said this
money.
about Manchester United. They've always gotten top players. Top players will
But
still be attracted
Maximus,
towards
bear in
going there.
mind, we already built a team. We have
We do. I'm not disagreeing with
world-class
you.
midfield.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
We built Arteta build a very good
That's fine.
team,
But
young team, hungry, talented, ambitions. That now we have Ramsdale
this is
in
a
goal.
results
World
business,
class
right? More
goalkeeper.
I think
We
you
have
think everybody's arguing
any
against
good
you or not.
defense.
But what I'm saying to you, Mo, is, and with all due respect, I think you think that we're always arguing with you. I'm not. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just saying this is a results business, right? It is a results business. If Arteta, great, you think he's built this fantastic squad, etc. That's fantastic, but this is a results business. So we have to look at it from a fan's perspective. I have a winning mentality. For me, I want the best for the team. So for me personally,
He has.
I
He
think,
has.
well, finishing 8 twice and then potentially missing out on the top 4 isn't an achievement for me. Maybe it
I'm
is for you.
talking now.
Maybe that's your
Now
barometer for
you
success.
can't.
But for me, it's not.
build.
Unfortunately,
You can't build a strong team with a touch of magic, because it takes time to get rid of all these players and to get the players you want to build the culture. Arteta is building the culture.
What culture is he building? Like that is something I disagree. See, I believe this is where I think Arsenal fans get brainwashed into this. This is what I have a problem with, Lev, and I'm gonna just kind of direct that to you and Norman, because I actually don't want to go into this back and forth. But I do think this is the problem that we have, and this is what's hindering our success, and for fans to actually wanting the best for Arsenal, is that we've been sold this whole boondoggle of a project where people think that, oh, like Arteta's just gonna keep building and building. It's an excuse for him to continue. That's what most managers do. If you work in a managerial perspective, I can tell you the politics in business. If you work in a corporate environment, the one thing you know that marketing and top senior VPs do is they always sell this project to CEOs and to other people, especially their consumers, that, oh, we have this great plan or project, and it's just going to take time. Because you didn't see improvements. Arsenal now is the same Arsenal 2 years ago. They're buying themselves time. I do agree we are improving. That's what I'm not saying we're not. What I'm saying is you guys are already making an excuse. Oh my God, this guy cannot actually have a conversation with individuals without thinking people are attacking you. It's not a vituperation, mate. I'm not having a verbal attack at you. This is an open debate. You don't have to think everybody's attacking you, mate. You can have a conversation.
I think we can all agree that we are on a good trajectory right now, right? So
I think we're improving.
I think we are. But what I'm saying is, the question Lev asked is, where do we go if he cocks up this top 4, right? What do we do from here? What I'm trying to say is that we're in a position where other teams are falling off dramatically. Manchester United have absolutely been rubbish the last couple of months. They would have been better off keeping Ollie from my perspective. But this team is going to improve. They are going to attract top players. Let's be realistic. We are going to improve also. What I'm going to say is, fine. I'm saying to you right now, and let's be realistic here as Arsenal fans. If Manchester United, if we get into the top 4, this is my opinion, and we're looking at a top midfielder, and Manchester United are going in for this top midfielder, we're going in for this top midfielder, them being in the position of Europa League or even no Europe, I think they have a better chance of attracting that player. That's just my opinion. I think they're a big club.
Even if we've got
I want to ask you,
If they
Maximus,
get a
just
top,
one,
if they get a top manager,
just one question. Live. Just one small question. What's your opinion of the 6 new signings that we made last summer? Tell me.
Okay, I don't know how
I think
that's
that's aimed
relevant.
at you, Max.
I don't understand the relevancy, but I will answer the question. I'll answer the question.
Small question. What's your opinion of our?
I think if I break down the 6 signings, if I break the 6 new signings, do you want me to break each one down for you? Is that what you're asking me? Because I will.
No. In general, they are good players, talented, that benefit the squad, that
I
are
will
good
tell
for
you
the
that
future.
I think there's some good players in there, and I think there's some below average players in there. But that's just my opinion. That's just
which ones?
Sorry, Lev, what are you asking me? Sorry.
Hold on, Mo. Let me just talk. Yeah, which ones? Incidentally, I mean, I'm interested genuinely. Which ones do you think were average that he bought?
I personally believe the 2 players at the back, in my opinion, I think are average players. I don't think they're good to great players.
Which ones?
In my opinion, Ben White and I think Tomiyasu are average.
Ben White?
Wait, hold on. You know why? You know White's been. You know White's one of the Prem's informed centre backs at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment in the last 5 games. However, that's what I'm saying. Ben White against top teams has been abysmal. If you look at games individually, look at the individual performances. I think we're all looking at the last 5 games and the run that we've had. I don't think he's a top. If you compare him to other centre halves in the team, I think there's potential there. But I'm saying he's an average to good player right now. People are going to say, well, no. I know Arsenal fans are going to think he's world class. He's the best thing ever. It's just like Saka. He's the best thing since sliced bread.
It's early days.
Exactly. That's the point I'm making. I think he's a good average player with potential. That's what I said.
Harsh. No. Ben White is a very good defender. Not world class, but now in England, name me an English defender that is better than him. English.
Oh no.
English.
Sorry, what?
In the national team.
Oh, wait. It's a good question. I'll ask it for you, Maximus. He's saying, name one English centre back or defender that's better than Ben White at the moment.
At the moment. In the last 5 games, probably very difficult question to answer. But if you're asking me from an overall perspective, English defenders, I could care less about English defenders. The Premier League isn't just riddled with English defenders; it's riddled with defenders in general. So the league isn't about
what in general. We are Premier League. What in general?
In the Premier League, there's a plethora of better defenders than Ben White. Come on, stop it.
English. I said to you English.
You're being ridiculous if you think Ben White. Are you telling me? Are you trying to have this argument that Ben White is one of the best best defenders in the Premier League? Is that what you're saying to me?
On form at the moment, he is apparently.
I said to you, name me one English defender.
Matip was man of the match today. What are you on about?
Ben White was good today too, to be honest.
Van Dijk is not playing in the England national team.
The question is, you asked me, what do I think of these players? I said he's a good average defender with potential. That's exactly what he is.
Okay, so look,
you're trying to sell me the dream that Ben White is world class. This is the problem Arsenal fans have.
He will be. Now he's not, but 2 years ahead.
Because you're clairvoyant and you have a crystal ball. Right now, the question is right now. Right now, I think he's a good average defender.
He's very good, not average. Very good, not average.
Okay, sure, that's your opinion, and that's fine. I'm not going to disagree with your opinion. You asked me the question, I gave you an answer.
Okay, can I have a question?
Guys, Norman, go ahead. Get involved.
What do you guys think? I think Arteta has, 1 year left after this season.
Yes.
We all know it is working, how it is working, because he has the authority over the players. He showed it. He showed he's not afraid to make big decisions, and he's going to say to the players, if he has to, that I'm going to be here longer than you are. This cannot be kept. He can't keep this up if he has 1 year left in his contract. So what do we do?
Sorry.
We got to wait till you got to wait till the end. I think you got to wait and see where he finishes before we offer him a contract.
Exactly. But I think my biggest problem with Arteta is the him ostracizing certain players. I do believe that's an actual issue there. Like I said, I do believe we've lost top talent simply because he doesn't get along with them and he doesn't know how to manage. We've seen that. You guys know that. He's ostracized a lot of our top players.
Yeah, but we knew he was going to learn on the job, though. And you could maybe look back in himself in the future, Maximus, and say he's made some mistakes.
You really believe that? I think he's that arrogant to the point where he's not going to think that, look back on it and think, okay, well, I let Guendouzi go because the guy had an attitude problem and he called a player out for winning because he earned £40,000 a week. Come on, please. He's a top midfielder. He's the best midfielder in France. on paper, he is the best midfielder in France right now. You can't argue
when
that.
Gundogan left, he
And we
went
let him
to-
go for £5 million.
No.
You're having a laugh. You're
Go
having
on,
a laugh.
Norman. Go on, Norman.
when Guendouzi left, he went to Hertha in Germany, and Hertha actually had a Hungarian manager. I'm Hungarian myself, so I have heard that he had serious attitude problems.
He does.
The manager said that he's dropping down too quickly and too easily, and he said that he had these issues before with players. Usually, he would play them under the 23s just to grow up.
Which is
So
fine.
this,
No,
he is not ready to.
But
He's
how
not
is he
ready
now the
for
best
where he
midfielder
wants
in
to go.
France?
Wait,
How is he
isn't
now
it
the best
all a
midfielder in France?
Isn't it all a matter of perception, though, guys? Because you could also argue that it takes a brave man to look at someone and say, even if he is a good player, he's causing problems in my squad. And at the end of the day, you know, he's done the same with Aubameyang as well. That was a brave decision to make, man.
This is the difference in management style, because
Yeah,
Robin Van Persie was
Lev,
the most
Lev.
petulant player in the Premier League. Robin
Yeah,
Van
but he
Persie,
went to
everybody
training.
knew this. But
He showed
Arsene
up at
Wenger
training,
dealt with
man.
him. Sorry?
He showed up when it was training time.
But no, what I'm saying, is there's a difference in terms of managing players. We all knew, if you are an Arsenal fan for over the last 15, 20 years, which I'm assuming all of you are, you know Robin Van Persie was the most petulant player in the Premier League. Arsene Wenger sat him down and he dealt with him. Was he going to ditch him, send him back to the Dutch league and say, well, you know, this kid is petulant? No, he's a top player. He's talented. You just have to know how to manage players. Top players have egos. Thierry Henry had the biggest ego in the Premier League.
Yeah,
the biggest.
I'm not being funny though. The names you've mentioned, Guendouzi is nowhere on those levels. To have the attitude that he had,
the potential,
Maximus,
though.
like,
but
yeah,
that's
but you
fine.
don't. All right. Listen, make it. Prove you're the best. Then have that attitude and arrogance.
Yeah.
I can take
you
that.
sacked a player because he called out another player and refused to apologize.
Every top player has some level of arrogance. If you go through them, Henry, if you go through them, the Cantonas of this world, you got to have a bit of arrogance and confidence. I get that, but not when you're like a young kid trying to break into the first team.
But how is he now the best midfielder in France on paper? He's now the best midfielder.
Well, look at it statistically. Time, Maximus, me and you have had conversations that you've said, you know, it's the French league as well. It's just
it is the French league. Don't get me wrong, but he's still at the 20-year-old. He's the best player on paper in midfield in the French league. That's ridiculous.
But does he get in? Does he get in ahead of? Does he get in ahead of Partey,
That's not the
Xhaka,
question. That's
and
not the point.
Odegaard
You don't
right
ostracize a player like that and then you sell him for £5 million. I guarantee you, Marseille is going to
It's
sell.
It's not the fault of Arteta. It's the fault of the board. How they are selling cheap. It's not Arteta that sell.
No, I'm talking about ostracizing the player. You're probably missing the point here more, which is something you tend to do.
You know what?
On the young players, the others, Saka.
You know what's unique?
1 minute, Mo. Don't cut Norman off.
Odegaard, Guendouzi, and Aubameyang and these kind of players has a serious effect on these youngsters. We are building ahead of the future. If we are in, call it project, call what you want. If we are on the 5 years of plan, then we absolutely have to bring out the most of those players, and we cannot do that if we have teenagers who hasn't grown up.
You're not an authoritarian. Everybody's not going to have the same personality. They're not always going to agree with you, but it's how you balance your management skill. It's a management skill. The first thing about management.
About the management skill, you also mentioned that Wenger sat down with Van Persie and they sorted it out. Well, Wenger sat down with Özil as well, and he couldn't sort it out.
Sort what out though? Like Ozil's a top skilled player. Maybe you wanted him to run a bit more because that's what Arsenal fans want. They want to see a player running. They think that's quality. Apparently, Wenger used to say the same thing. Running around doesn't mean you're a quality footballer. It doesn't mean you're a quality footballer. Ozil was a skilled player. Nobody can deny that. Yes, he had an attitude problem. Maybe he showed up when he wanted to. But the problem is when you have these big players like Ronaldo, for example. Ronaldo got sat out one game, for example, against Manchester City. They were absolutely abysmal. He played the next game. He was the difference in that game against Tottenham. The problem is when you have big players, in big games, you can rely on big players. They're probably going to be silent for 80 minutes, but they're going to show up. They're probably going to get that one chance that a bang average player like Anyway, I'm not going to call Arsenal players names because then people are just going to attack
but
me.
look,
But the point is, you have to know how to manage your
I
team.
think first you need to win balance.
You can't rule with an iron fist. You can't rule with an iron fist. You have to be able. It's personalities. You're dealing with humans here. You have to be able to manage them.
I'm not being funny. Why are we still going on about the likes of the Guendouzi as well? It's happened.
No, I'm just talking. No, I'm just saying. I was making the point until I got cut off. I'm saying that's a skill set he lacks, and I think it's going to be a problem for the future.
Maybe he doesn't lack it anymore. Maybe this is one of the things he's learning on the job. So
that's
maybe
a presupposition, right? That's a presupposition. His past doesn't dictate that. Historically, he hasn't. So I'm going based on history. That's
we don't know. I
do.
mean, you've had situations with other players, and he's given them chances.
That's where we're going to keep. This is the problem. That's where we're going to be stuck in the mud if we keep operating on that premise, as opposed to making firm decisions and saying, "Look, this isn't working out." The manager keeps ostracizing players. We're finishing 8th twice, potentially cocking up a 4th place. I'm just saying hypothetically. I'm speaking hypothetically. What do we do? You can't keep saying to me, "Oh well, maybe he's going to change. Maybe he's going to do that." He's not. Chances are he's not.
Go on, Maximus. We're running out of time, so go on, Mo. Say what you have to say.
Lev, you know, an important point. What's unique in this Arsenal group is the unity. The unity that Arteta found and the new culture. Now, look at all these players which sat on the bench and which are playing. And harmony, they know their goal. They help each other. Look at Lacazette when he scored the penalty, all the Wolves match, all the team from outside came to him. So we have now.
You think there's a team spirit there? There's a harmony that's going to keep
team spirit, harmony, unity, new culture, new drive.
Love it. Doesn't win matches.
No distraction from any player.
Games though, like I love it. I love the propaganda. That's fantastic.
I
believe
what
that.
Propaganda?
What win matches?
What propaganda?
What
is it?
Unity, love. Arsenal have this culture. We're seeing all of these photos. Look at them in training. They're little fairies. That doesn't win matches, mate. Quality win matches. Quality managers win football.
Not logic discussion, Liv. Not logic. Not logic.
Anyway, look, we've been going for over an hour. It will all come out in the wash. Let us know in the
what propaganda? Propaganda from who?
Hey, Mo. All right, just chill yourselves now, yeah, because it's late, yeah, and I'm getting a headache. Right, so listen. Let us know in the comments. You've heard what these guys have been talking about. Let us know. Do you think this team will make top 4? Do you see progress? There's some people in here like your Gunner Nines who just waffles all day long, negativity. Nick Parrish is a little bit more balanced with his views, but he's feeling a bit negative about it at the moment. If come on, get it in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are. Is this team good enough to reach top 4? Is Arteta still your man for you? Or do you think it's going to go and start to sort of peter out for us? Let us know. But anything else you want to anything else you want to discuss very quickly? Just say your last bits, Mo. Make it very brief. Go, Mo. Last point.
Yes. I hope Villa game we will win it because it's a must-win game, crucial, tricky match. We must be fully focused. And to go to international break with a win against Aston Villa and then continuing our road. It's a big fight. We must fight every match as a cup final to achieve our goal. We hope so. Nobody expected to be in the beginning of the season, expected Arsenal to be in this place, even us, any ex-players, all the bandits, all the studios, nobody. It's improvement. We are in the right direction. Our dream, our hope is to finish 4th, to return to the Champions League. Even if we will not be, we are in the right direction because next summer, with the new additions, will be a very strong levels ahead. So I'm optimistic.
Thank you, Mo. That was the short version, yeah? Okay, cheers. Norman.
I just want to say it was great to be back. It was a nice chat with Max and Mo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Norman.
Please, everyone, hit the likes button and keep supporting the Arsenal. And also remember that the performance we put in today will be enough to finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay positive.
Max.
Yeah. So for me, I'm really hoping that we get a result against Aston Villa. See, my head is in F1 already. I'm saying Aston Martin.
Aston
Anyway,
Martin, yeah.
yeah, no, but I do hope we get a result. And I don't, you know what? I shouldn't say result. I actually think this is an absolute must-win game for us, actually, for
Yes.
confidence and getting the confidence back up. I'm not going to get into the whole. I actually didn't want to go down the road of this Arteta out conversation. I actually think we just should be positive in terms of our thinking. But I just want us to get that win back, and I think if we continue to be consistent, we will get into the top 4. It's going to be difficult because we do have some difficult games coming up, but I just I'm just exercising caution here because I just really hope his managerial faults and the inconsistencies don't creep in and affect us overall and our performances come the end of the season. So I really hope we bounce back on Saturday. It's an absolute must-win game.
Thank you, and that's pretty positive for you, Maximus. I was quite surprised at some of your comments today, and that's good to hear, man. And you're honest about it as well, so that's good. You guys in the chat, it's been emotional. Gunner 9, you are probably one of the most annoying fans I've ever met, but we preach like unity. We're all one fan base, and you can just say whatever you want, bro, because like no one else really agrees with you. So on that happy note. This has been the Arsenal Lounge. This was the after-match reaction. Shame it was after a defeat. However, there's still positivity in the ranks, in this fan base. Let's hope we go back to winning ways against Aston Villa. Let's get another 3 points, get straight back on our horse, and hopefully West Ham will turn up against Spurs and we'll get some decent results in our favour. So, on that, I'll see you guys. We're out of here. Peace out. See you soon, Mo. Peace.
Pleasure.